On a night where the Cowboys end their season, it may be the end of a career for wide receiver Brendan Presley. Winter break is right around the corner for OSU students. You know what that means. Ugly sweaters. Yeah. Students are going to go home and see a lot of ugly Christmas sweaters. So I'm on campus right now to see what's the vibe with students and the ugliest Christmas sweaters they've ever seen. All right, I'm out here in front of the library. They just dyed the fountain orange to begin homecoming officially. So what I'm going to do is talk to a few of our students and our guests out here to see what their favorite traditions are for homecoming.
What are our score predictions?
It's weird because we're not favorite, man, but I can't, look at it. Look at it. Let's go, Pokes, man. I got us winning. I say let's go 42-21.
Wow.
The Cowboys' win streak hits 5 in a row as they win over Chicago State tonight, which was led by their defense. This is their last conference game before they tune up before going to conference play against Baylor. Welcome to the Monday edition of the Sports Report. I'm Steve Spears. Thanks for joining us. It wasn't a pretty day for the Pokes in Arlington over the weekend, wrapping up Big 12 play. Cowboy football just never find a way to match up the Texas Longhorns in the Big 12 championship game, losing 49-21. Zach Berger joins us from AT&T Stadium with more on how the Cowboys just couldn't muster up enough to make things close. It has been an area of concern for Oklahoma State as they end non-conference play. For Big 12 play, they look to get the run game back on track. But Coach Gundy wants you to consider a multitude of factors before you dive right into the box score. Flag on the play. A lot of us have dreams about going to the next level, but some of us just fall short. So referees here at Intramural Sports find a way to stay close to the game. Hey, I'm Steve, and I'm out here at Hard Card right now, and I'm going to test my skills right quick to see what I have going.
Let's see it.
Whoa!
Come on.
Embarrassing. The win streak for the Cowboys won't hit 6 wins as they fall to the number 18 Baylor Bears. One bright spot for the Cowboys today was freshman Brandon Garrison, who led the team with 20 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 blocks.
He's still just scratching the surface of what he can be. He really doesn't know how good he can be yet, which is probably a good thing because he doesn't have a corrupted mind. He's not in a rush to go somewhere. And that's a big part of the reason he's been able to get better. It's because he's where his feet are, so to speak. He's focused on getting better every day. And, I'm not going to promise he's going to get 28 and 4 every night, but we're going to see him grow into a player that our fans will appreciate and that'll help us win a lot of games moving forward.
I felt like, I started off slow. I'm a freshman coming to Big 12, so I just had to fill the game out a little bit. And then once I made my first bucket, the game just came to me, and all the jitters and stuff came out, and it was just flowing.
Well, I know Brandon. I loved him out of high school to begin with. I saw him play a lot, and loved his motor, loved his intangibles and character. And I knew once Coach Boykin got him, they got a great player. And I thought we never sign anybody and they don't grow. Like he's like 3 inches taller than he was in high school. I don't know what he did, but man, he's active and long and really made it tough to score around the rim. He had 4 block shots and probably altered a lot more and caused us to not take a lot more.
The Cowboys look to rebound on Tuesday as they travel to Texas Tech to take on the Red Raiders. From GIA, Steve Spears, Ocala TV.
One final trip into the offensive zone. Fisher will pick up the D on Thompson. Thompson from 18. No. Put back. Good.
John Michael Wright became a key call for OSU last year as one of the top scorers in the nation before transferring into OSU. He started every game for the Cowboys and averaged 10 points. As he hit every shot for the Cowboys, his father was proudly watching from the stands.
He was the guy who first introduced me to basketball. So you can only imagine how that relationship was then, and I'm here now at a D1 school. So
when we're little boys, we look at our fathers as superheroes. We look to them to give us examples on how to be men. They even introduce us to the sports that we'll play forever.
Yeah, he never missed a game, right? Yeah, he really loved basketball, man. Like, cause he was a player himself. He played at D3 at Eureka College in Illinois. So yeah, he was at every AAU game, every high school game, and every game last year here at OSU. He was there.
To prep for his final season at OSU, the Cowboys took a preseason trip to Spain, where he then got a phone call that would change his life forever.
So my brother called me at like 7 a.m., but it was 1 a.m. here. So when he called me twice. I didn't pick up. And then my grandma called me, and my grandma doesn't really call me that much. So I'm saying, okay, what's going on? So then he called me again, and I picked up, and I said, well, what's up? And he was like, man, I'm so sorry. And I was confused because I thought maybe he like crashed my car. I was like, man, Bishop, because we called my stepdad Bishop because he was a bishop. So he said, man, Bishop died. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, man, he passed away. He was sitting in the chair and stood up, told my mom, he said, man, I ain't gonna make it, and laid down. And she took him to the hospital, and then the doctor told him he was gone. And he told me that. I'm like, bro, like, I'm just confused. And I talked to him the night before, probably around 12 o'clock, and he sounded fine. He was just saying, man, I'm so proud of you. I can't wait for you to get back. And then 7 hours later, you know, he didn't know that his time was coming. And, you know, I'm thankful that we was able to have that conversation, but still, you know, I feel like I wasn't really able to. We weren't really able to close it off the way that I feel like it deserved to happen.
Players see the court as a way to seek refuge from their personal lives, but his teammates believe he is built for this challenge.
Me and John's a strong guy. You know, John carries himself very well. His parents raised him well. So I don't think it'll really affect John. I think it'll give him a little more encouragement. You know, we do things for the people that we love, and I think he's just going to step it up another level. John's a phenomenal player, so I don't think it really affected him. He's John Mike, you know.
With Bishop no longer in the stands to watch every game, his last collegiate season has a lot more meaning, as it's not just about basketball.
Because my whole life playing, I've always known him to be in the stands. Or if he wasn't in the stands, he would just call me or send me a message before the game. And just not having that, you know, it's kind of weird. But this season, you know, it's dedicated to him.
Bishop's legacy has had a long-lasting impact on John Michael. He still follows the examples that were taught to him by his superhero.
You know, my stepfather has taught him to not be fazed by a lot of things. You know, even in his death, he's kept that teaching. So he's, you know, pushing forward. He's composed. He's, you know, motivated, and, you know, he's ready. He's going to do well. And I know, you know, my father be proud of him.